as close as we are to those countries with a strong tradition in rowing. Germany, England, Belgium, and slightly less Holland as well. Those are countries with a strong tradition in rowing. And word from the Sports International Federation. We all know how important our sport is for the academic community. It should be noted that in many countries there are many rowers in universities. It's a universal sport par excellence. So, for the International Rowing Federation, it's very important to support what's going on here. 34 nations are taking part in the championships with nearly 500 athletes, a record. They've come from every continent, among them first-time countries like Morocco and Sri Lanka.
In our country, we started rowing after entering into our university, but here most of the people have started rowing in their schools. And yeah, they have been rowing for 6-7 years, and in our case it's around 2 years, and it's kind of experiencing is also playing here, and that's the thing. They have more experience and they used to these conditions, and they are the problems here.
13 competitions are on the program: the sculls, single, double and quadruple, where each rower has 2 oars, and 3 disciplines where the rowers have just 1 oar apiece: the eights and the cockless pairs and fours. The championships bring together many of the best rowers on the planet, like Simon, the Hungarian, who competed at the London Olympic Games.
Olympic is the highest level, so the university rowing is a little bit easier, but not easy. The pressure is always the same because we need to do 2,000 meters, so only the maximum. There are a lot of elite level of rowers, so near the same.
Eva Karppinen in the Finnish team carries the pressure of her father's name. Pertti Karppinen was a triple Olympic champion, one of the biggest names in world rowing.
I don't think that's that, because it's just my father. He's my father, not a great rower for me. Of course, I know that he used to be a great rower, and that's really good. But first of all, he's just my father. He said just go hard and have fun, enjoy the day. Yeah.
As always, one country is under extra pressure in the World Championships: the organizing country. In this case, France. Our first goal was to get our 7 boats here into the finals, so we've done the first part of our work. Secondly, we have to set an example because we're the host country. And then we've got the advantage of knowing the site. We've been able to row at a preview training camp before these World Championships, and so we put ourselves in the best position to produce the best possible performance. Qualifying for the cockless fours, the Sri Lankans are up against the Russians, the Czechs, the Dutch and the Chinese. That's tough.
In our country, we mostly use crocodiles. So basically, this is different from us. So it's difficult for us to balance the boat, because the water doesn't grip properly. So we did improve. We rode for like 3 days before, 3 sessions before the regatta. We had a bit of time, but I don't think it was enough for us to adapt for this equipment.
Eva Karppinen is a specialist in the double sculls, but here she's competing in the singles, where her father made his name. Eva got through to the final, but she finishes behind Germany's Marie-Catherine Arnold.
It was a bit too easy for me. I had 20 times in the single this year, so... But yeah, I'm happy that I was in the final. The final could have been a lot better.
In the men's cockless pairs, the race is between Hungary and South Africa. The Hungarians tapping into their reserves to resist their main rivals. Simon is the university world champion.
In a sportsman's life, one of the most important is the Olympic Games, but the same important is the medals from other very big races, so it's wonderful. It's one of the best feelings if I dream ever. So it's very good. It was a good race, very, very strong and good opponent, so it's wonderful.
13 competitions, 9 British boats in the finals and 4 victories so far. Great Britain remains a formidable power in the world of rowing, and the eights is the blue-ribboned event of these championships. It's the boat that's used in the most famous race in the world, Oxford against Cambridge, won 3 times by Carl Hudspeth.
They're very different races, the Oxford-Cambridge boat race and the FISU World Championships. The boat race is a long 4-mile race on a bendy river, and it's just a one-on-one race. Whereas out here, it's a 2K sprint, and it's a multi-lane regatta, so we've got 6 crews in the final. It makes it a lot faster, a lot more furious. You've got to just go out as hard as you can and keep on going.
Up against Great Britain here, the strong eights of France and Canada. They will push the British to their limits. The final is tight all the way, but the British finally win.
It's a great event, and I'm very pleased to have won it. It's actually my second time at FISU, and it's also my second gold medal. I'm very proud to be a champion at this event.
Behind Great Britain, France has achieved its goals. The balance sheet is more than positive. We have a new world title in the coxless fours in the lightweight division. It was expected a little bit, but until they crossed the line, it was still a bit uncertain. The women's four, that was gorgeous. Nothing else to say about it. And then the 8 finishing second behind the British boat. That, I think, well, we're not yet able to go and beat them. But we'll see you at the Universiade in Gwangju, and we'll see what happens. I hope we can take a delegation as complete and competitive as this one, because, well, these guys deserve it. The next Rowing University Championships will be in Poznan in Poland in 2016. You're watching Campus, and still to come, the sole Moroccan rower on a mission. And we report on canoeing and squash in just a moment.
In a world of myths and gods, glorious warriors and their allies advance into battle to expand their powerful empire. Choose your god and play now for free at Grepolis.tv. Get the app now.
With the EuroSport app, get live coverage of all your favorite sports. Check on the fortunes of your favorite teams and players. Follow the matches and events live. Download now. EuroSport, the benchmark in sports apps. EuroSport Live Score is available on the iPhone and iPad for free. Every competition, every result, live comments. EuroSport Live Score, available on the App Store.
EuroSport Player is the EuroSport multi-screen service. With EuroSport Player, watch EuroSport and EuroSport2 live on all your favourite devices through a single subscription. Follow great sporting events live and on demand. Enjoy exclusive content such as 7 tennis courts simultaneously. EuroSport Player. All sports, all emotions, all screens.
Meet Ali Abouel Ouafa, the first Moroccan to take part in the World University Rowing Championships. As usual, I come alone to these championships because, in fact, there are just a very few of us who do rowing in Morocco. But I have the opportunity of training here in France, and that is why I've come to these World Championships at Gravelines. I graduated last year in Morocco, and I had a choice of staying in my country and continuing my studies, but stopping rowing, or living in this adventure, both sporting and human, by continuing to practice rowing and getting a good academic degree. My day begins at 5:30 a.m. Wake up, 6:30 at the club. We train, 8 o'clock to the university until 6. And me, unluckily, I have to work after that to pay my way in life. I go to work, I get back home at 11. I revise my lessons quickly, go to bed, and go again. South Africa notwithstanding, Ali says he's the only rower to represent the African continent. South Africa is not Africa because they have a sports program like European countries. First of all, they don't take part in the African Championships. They make the World Championships directly because they have a very high standard. I would say Morocco is the representative of the whole of Africa, so I've got a lot of pressure on me here. A student in physical education at the University of Nantes, Ali's taking part in the single sculls with a boat he got here because he doesn't have the means to bring his own. It's a boat that was lent to me by the International Rowing Federation. Thanks to them, otherwise I couldn't participate in these championships. Those accustomed to their own boat are more likely to be a medalist or a world champion, of course, while we, who come from developing countries in rowing, always have to cope with boats that aren't ours. Fortunately, there are volunteers here to help us. For 3 days, I've been joined by a volunteer who's been doing her best to be there just when I need it. I'm a volunteer at the World Rowing Championships, and I've been given the mission of being an angel. An angel is somebody who provides information to some of the nations.
Qui apporte des informations à certaines nations.
Ali, well, when I saw that he was alone, not even with a coach or a representative, because I know rowing, and I said to myself, I've got to give him the maximum possible assistance. For example, for the adjustment of his boat, I've tried to find people, because there must be at least 2 or 3 people to adjust the boats, and after that to encourage him in his race. Well, he's all alone, and sometimes that's difficult. So here's Ali in the C final of the University World Championships. Against him, an Austrian, a Norwegian, an Australian, an Italian, and a Malaysian. A difficult race for the Moroccan, and the conditions haven't really helped him. Yeah, the conditions are very difficult. There's a lot of crosswind, so it was hard for me to paddle in those conditions. Finally, I tried to hook up with the others, but I failed, really. And in the last 500 meters, I also had the jury boat waves against me. So it was difficult, and that's it. Nevertheless, the essentials remain. I'm really proud to be the representative of Morocco. I would have preferred it if there'd been more of us at these championships, but I'm the first, the pioneer, if you like, and I hope there'll be other Moroccan rowers to come. It's over. And I paid for 1 night more. The Sprint Canoeing World Championships have been taking place in Belarus. 22 countries and 250 athletes competing for 18 university world titles. The best of the kayakers, the Czech Josef Dostal, the winner over 200 and 500 meters. In canoeing, his compatriot Martin Fuchsa was number 1 over 500 meters. And the big winner amongst the women, the Belarusian Marina Livinchuk, winning 3 golds over 500 meters. The top nation was Belarus, with 20 medals altogether, including 13 golds.